All right, let's take a look at the area of circles. Before you start freaking out and saying, oh, I hate area, I can't do it, just take a second, take a deep breath, clear your head. It's going to be fine, I promise. Okay, area is the flat space that fills a 2D shape. So 2D meaning two-dimensional, right? Only X and Y, it's flat. Excuse me. So if you look at this is a rectangle. This side is 2, this side is 3. So the area is length times width, right? Or the two dimensions multiplied by each other. 2 times 3 is 6. So that means this area in here is 6 square units, okay? For a circle, it's similar. If you were to pull this circle apart, unroll it, stretch it out, you'd get a parallelogram, okay? And the shortcut of that is that it's pi r squared. So if you know the radius, you square the radius and then you multiply that times pi, either 3.14 or 22/7. I'm going to talk about this more in a second. But first I want to answer this question that I hear every year. Why is area written as units squared, but volume is units cubed? Sorry about this rattling here. So area is a flat surface, right? So you fill area with squares. They're flat. See, and I'm drawing them in here. Not doing a very good job, but you know, they're squares. They're not cubes, they're squares. So how many squares does it take for me to fill this up? And it doesn't matter what size the squares are. That's where units comes in. So if each square is 1 inch by 1 inch, then that's 1 inch square, 2 inch square, 2 square inches, 3 square inches, right? If they're feet, 1 foot by 1 foot, then we would say it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, however many squares made out of 1 foot. So we'd say square feet. Okay? Volume, on the other hand, is cubes because that's a 3D surface. So in order for me to fill a 3D surface with something, I can't fill it with 2D objects. I have to fill it with 3D objects, right? So that means I'm going to have cubes filling this thing up, right? Not squares anymore, cubes. So how many cubes do I need to fill this up? That's why we say that volume is in units cubed. Make sense? All right. Now, find the area of the circle to the nearest tenth. I'm going to try to focus this a little bit for you. It doesn't want to focus. Okay, fine. So if I'm going to find the area of this circle to the nearest tenth, I need to know the formula for area. It's pi r squared. Remember, pi is that special number that's related to circles. It's the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the circle's diameter. And it's always 22/7. Or you could call it 3.14. All right. So I have to write area equals pi r squared. And then I fill in what I know. Well, what do I know? I don't know the area. I know what pi is. And I know the radius is 3 meters. So if I don't have the area, but I do have pi, 3.14, and I know the radius is going to be 3, or is 3, and that has to be squared, so it's 3 squared. That means I have 3.14 times 9. So I have to do that multiplication over here. 3.14 times 9 is 36. 12, 27, 28, 2 decimal spaces, so 28.26. So the area is about 28.26 meters squared, because the circle is a flat surface. If it was a sphere, then I would have to do it with, right, there we go. Then I would have to do it cubed, because that would be 3D. This is 2D, okay? Now, let's try another one. For this one, I want you to, same thing, find the area, but you're going to use 22/7 instead of 3.14. So again, write the formula for area. Area equals pi r squared. Do you know pi? Yes, you are going to use 22 over 7 for pi. You know the radius is 7, so it's times 7 squared. Okay? So you have 22 over 7 times 49. 22 over 7 times 49, right, over 1, because all whole numbers have a 1 under them. I love cross-canceling. 7 goes into 7 once. 7 goes into 49 7 times. That gives me 22 times 7 over 1. What's 22 times 7? 22 times 7 is 14, 14, 15, 154 over 1 units squared. Oh, it's feet. Well, I just wrote units, but I do see that it's feet. And I'm supposed to write the answer in the units that I'm given. Okay, so that's how you do that. Now, what if you get some weird problem like this? Find the area of the shaded section. Say what now? I know you might think, oh, it kind of looks like a triangle. Don't even worry about that. Look at, this is a right angle right here. This is definitely, if I were to cut this circle up, like keep going like this is 1/4 of the circle. So I'm going to get the whole area first, and then I'm going to divide it by 4, because that's right. I mean, makes sense. It's only 1/4 of it. So let's start with the area equals pi r squared. I'm going to find pi, which is 3.14, multiply it by the radius, which is 1.8, but it has to be squared. Remember, I'm not squaring this whole product. I'm only squaring the radius. The exponent is only attached to the r, so that's the only thing you square. So I have to do 1.8 times 1.8. Remember, it's not 1.8 times 2. Okay, this is 64, 8, 14, 0, 8, 1, 4, 12, 3, 2 decimal spaces, 3.24. Okay, so now I have 3.14 times 3.24. Is that some kind of joke? That just seems silly. Okay, I'm going to do that over here. 3.14 times 3.24. I'm going to do that multiplication. 16, 4, 5, 12, 0, 8, 2, 6. 2 zeros now because I'm on the third one. 12, 3, 4, 9. Add that up. 6, 13, 2, 4, 6, 7. 7, 11, 7, 11, 10. And I've got 4 decimal spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have 10.1736. That's the area of the whole kit and caboodle. The whole thing, right? But I only want to know one of them. So I'm going to divide this by 4. So 10.1736 divided by 4, because it's in 4 equal parts. So push this up, I get 2, 8, subtract 2, bring down the 1, that's 5, 20, subtract 1, bring down 7, that's 4, 16, subtract 1, bring down the 3, that's 3, 12, subtract 1, bring down the 6. I love it when it works out like that. 4, exactly. So if I'm rounding to the tenths, which I guess I didn't have to do all that if I'm only rounding to the tenths, but it did come out evenly, then the area of the shaded region is approximately 2.5 centimeters, because that's the unit they gave me, squared, because it's area, which is a 2D surface, which I fill with squares. Yes, it's funny that I use an exponent of 2, which is how we shorthand squared. Funny. Okay, that's how you do that. You can handle it. Use what you know to get what you don't know.